Billionaire has a new goal for his 17,000 workers learn to code. Rakuten Incorporated may soon expect its more than 17,000 employees to know how a computer compiles a program and understand the difference between a CPU and GPU. One is the brains of a PC, the other runs the graphics. Underpinning that is Mikitani, a trailblazer in Japan's internet economy, is considering this dramatic step as his e-commerce empire faces increasing pressure from the likes of Amazon.com Incorporated. It's an attempt to keep. If you're working for Toyota, for example, you know how the automobile works, basic structure of the engine, suspension, and so forth, Mikitani told Emily Chong of Bloomberg Television. So if you work for an ability to write Python code or dissect the differences between 4th and 5th generation wireless networks isn't something that most tech companies would treat as a prerequisite for a non-operations role. While the World Thomas Malone, professor of information technology and organizational studies at the MIT Sloan School of Management, thinks that maybe they should. Some amount of we are all living in a world shaped and defined by IT, but many of us have a mental model of technology that's analogous to diseases caused by evil spirits, Malone said. You can give people the minimum set of digital skills already goes beyond productivity software, such as Microsoft Office, to include collaborative chat applications, customer relationship management databases, and social media etiquette. In the coming year, Rakuten may have a particularly pressing Mikitani Pie. Instead, it has come to increasingly rely on a disparate portfolio of about 80 different businesses that span banking and insurance to online ads and drone deliveries. Without a market lead, starting in 2018, Rakuten made programming a core part of training for newly hired graduates, with about 260 non-engineering recruits taking a 6-month course that includes entry-level Java and basic skills for building network architecture. Another 400. The company said it doesn't yet have definitive plans for expanding the training to all employees. Getting it right is a delicate balance. The key is providing. Simply seeing a page of incomprehensible code can provoke an emotional response that is like a mental block for some workers, according to Nobuhiko Shishido, a director at InTokyo. Getting around that the second someone feels they are being forced to program, it turns to agony, Shishido said. The fear of computer. Mikitani said the company's experience with what he calls proves that it can be done. While the 2-year despite the success in globalizing its workforce, Rakuten is still a very domestic company with about 80% of its revenue coming from Japan. The Tokyo-based Mikitani is willing to take the long view when it comes to the coding initiative and a future that is evolving fast, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence and other innovations. 10 years from now, the world is going to be totally different, Mikitani said. Most of the service
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.